The guy in Texas that you said, he said that he's now claims himself as a woman, so
That was
he
so
ain't get the
smart.
same trip. He ain't
Oh
get the
yeah.
same
Yeah,
Oh
treatment.
man.
that
Yeah.
was smart.
People find
He's
guys finding the loopholes now, yo.
yeah, Your Honor, Your
Yeah,
Honor,
that
I identify as a
bitch.
woman. I identify as a woman, Your Honor,
Hey, look,
and I
it was
think I
dressed
should get
mad
half.
regular too. Just
Yeah,
dressed
Yeah,
like just mad
flannel
regular.
shirt and shit.
but the thing is, the judge can't say nothing because he'll be what? He'll be hate speech, right? If he
Yeah,
says
yeah,
Right,
anything,
yeah.
right.
he'll be
Hey,
like, "Let's go." I think black families or families in general, but black families, we need to come up because we have the lowest, and we need more families to create better kids. If we don't, they're gonna keep on robbing us, and we're gonna be in jail. So they need to be brought up. They need brought up in a better home. So, but not talking about black families, but this kind of like a category off it. The question is financially, just on the financially part, is it worth it for a man to get married? Financially, is it worth it for a man to get married? We're gonna jump into the video. It'll better explain it, and then we'll talk about it personally. We'll talk about it financially from our finance guy, Mr. Paul, and we'll break it down. Let's see what he can give our knowledge. I don't know if he's in the department of like divorce lawyer and thing like that, but he can give us some finance tips
I
on
can
this.
get. Hey, I've gone
Yeah.
through it.
All right, let's jump
Yeah,
into it.
So, how much did my divorce cost me? Well, this is a fantastic question. There's direct and there's indirect costs. Direct costs, I lost $106,000 out of my 401k retirement plan I spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half the equity in the home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings that I also spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half of all the non-liquid assets like furniture, household goods, electronics, cars. Keep in mind, I paid for all of these. And this is in addition to financially supporting her and her/our daughter for 17 years, which is many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm now broke, live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and have a negative net worth for the first time since I was, 25. Indirect costs, my job, my sobriety, my self-worth, my masculinity, my hope for the future, my ability to trust women again, my belief in God, my pride, my motivation, my physical health. I don't know, let's just say everything.
Separations. There is a lot of them going on. I'm not even kidding when I say I'm receiving anywhere from 3 to 5 calls a week of people going through a separation and wondering what their options are. So I thought this would be a good time to discuss it. Generally, there's 2 options when there's a matrimonial home involved. Option number 1 is you sell the property, you split the proceeds, and you both go your own ways. Option number 2, which is a lot more common I find, somebody is trying to buy out the other partner to keep the home. Now, generally when kids are involved, there is a child support payment going one or the other way. Either the husband's paying it to the wife or the wife's paying it to the husband. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the times it's the husband paying it to the wife, but I have seen it the other way. On top of that, there is usually spousal support. I shouldn't say usually, but a lot of the times there is spousal support. Now, for somebody who is receiving child support and spousal support, that is used as income to help you qualify for a mortgage. For somebody who is paying child support and spousal support, that works against you and becomes a monthly liability that we have to include in your debt ratios when it comes to obtaining a mortgage. It can really impact your amount of borrowing because I have seen some seriously high child and spousal support payments. Now, do I agree with child support and spousal support? In some cases I do. But a long time ago, custody agreements were different, and it seemed like dads were only getting their children on, every other weekend. Child support during those times, I agree upon. Dads, you're not taking your kids majority of the time, pay up. Now, I see a lot of fathers stepping up to the plate and taking their kids 50-50, but still paying a lot in child and spousal support. Now, I see, and I shouldn't say it's men in general, but I see a lot more men paying it than women. Guys, I've been through a divorce. I know the stresses of it. I just can't get with our system making men, and I say men again because it's majority, being penalized from keeping a home or buying a new home because they are paying for their exes to live in the home that they had or to pay for a new home that the ex has when they have their kids 50% of the time. Here's a quick tip that I talk a lot of people into. If you are somebody who's paying child support and spousal support, it's a lifetime pretty much payment until those kids are done school generally. Spousal support, find out what the lump sum payment is going to be. You're going to pay spousal support for X amount of years. Figure out what the total amount is, pay it out with the proceeds when you refinance your house or do a spousal buyout, and pay that spousal support upfront. It's no longer a monthly liability, will not work against you when obtaining a mortgage, and the ex who is receiving the spousal support does not have to include it as income annually.
Evil world we live in.
Yeah.
All right. So the question is marriage worth it financially for men? Is it worth it financially for men?
I would say, depending on what you view as worth it, what your situation look like. Two incomes always better than one. So if you view it from that aspect, yeah, it's worth it. But if you got a partner you don't trust, you got a partner that you think might end up leaving you at some point and things like that, no, it's not going to be worth it. And like the numbers that she talking about, and especially with the first guy, man, that stuff is real. You got to, in the state of Virginia, just to give y'all a little background, because I got a little bit of experience in this. When you got minor kids, so 18 and younger, you have to be separated for at least a year. You got to have and you have to have a what's it called? It's some agreement. I forgot the name of it.
Separation agreement.
Separation agreement. Thank you, Trey. You gotta have a separation agreement. Got to be got to be stamped, notarized, all of that stuff. And you're supposed to come up with everything up front. Now, if you can't, that's when y'all go to mediation. And then during mediation, that's when somebody helps sort through all of the who gonna get what, when, and where, all of that type of stuff. The easiest thing for people in general is just to go ahead and have either a prenup, or what you do is you can still get married and you just don't have to go through the state. You know what I'm saying? Like you could still, it depends on what do both parties value. Because some people value having the marriage license and things like that. And if that's what you value, then you got to go that way. But if you don't, you can always make your own agreements up. Y'all agree to everything beforehand. And if y'all separate, everything's right there in paper. Y'all go y'all separate ways. It's a lot easier than, and we never want to speak. You never want to go into a relationship thinking what would happen if it ends. But if it does end, when you break up everything, and me personally going through that whole situation, it's a lot of other people in y'all stuff. There's a lot of other people in your stuff. So I would say financially, is it worth it getting married? Absolutely, because you got two incomes coming into one household. You know what I'm saying? More money coming in. You could cut out a lot of the other, you could trim some fat and all that stuff. But if you're saying, is it going to be worth it if you think it's an end in sight and y'all gonna go y'all separate ways? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And real quick, I want to point on the part where he talked about raising your daughter as an expense, or like an indirect expense. No, that's what you were supposed to do.
4, 3, 2, yeah, go and chill, yeah. Man, y'all watching this video, man. You ain't subscribed yet? Man, you got about 5 more seconds to go and subscribe. I'm finna show up with this person right here, man. Hey, subscribe to this channel, man. We got work to do. All right, let's get back to it.
That's your woman. That's your daughter. You in there. That's what you're supposed to do. You gotta chalk it up. But all that other stuff is real, because people can get, that's in the separation agreement. Who got what in 401ks? How it's getting split up? Child's stuff like that.
Oh, that was her. That was his stepdaughter.
Oh, that was his stepdaughter.
Yeah, that's why he said. That's why he said. That's why he said. Yeah, that's why he said. That's her daughter.
You made the decision though.
Oh yeah, that's his slow. Yeah, he's slow. That's
that's your decision. that's not no indirect expense. That's what you were supposed to do if you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So
He like,
and so with that said, and then real quick with the child support part, man, I think she's absolutely right with the child support. Shouldn't anybody be paying no crazy amount if y'all splitting it 50-50? And that's why I gotta give a shout out to my daughter's mom. I ain't even have to go to her to talk about it. She came to me and was like, yo, you know what? You get her a lot. And because you get her so much, we could work something out where you ain't gotta pay X amount or whatever like that. Because that's how it's supposed to. At the end of the day, y'all still got to raise a child together. So y'all, why would you want to take a man for everything he got where he can't support himself? Y'all got a child together. Y'all supposed to be working and helping each other out regardless on what the situation is. Because at the end of the day, he still got to be able to do what he got to do to support himself. So that's the part where, you know, if it's any people out there, men or women, and you're deliberately trying to crush your ex-spouse so they can't make a living for themselves, yo, that's real foul. That's real
vengeance,
foul.
Bro.
You gotta watch out for those people, and we gotta do a better job of picking up front so we can try to avoid a lot of these situations. So that's my quick take on it.
I got a guy that worked in the child support department, and he fought specifically for men to not get railroaded in these things, in these scenarios. I would love to have him come on as a guest, but that's a work in progress. But he even delivered, like, I used to deliver food to the child support office, and when I walk in, it's like I got a target on me. It's like, oh, you got a penis. Like, you're the problem. I'm like, you want your food or not? I'm gonna eat your shit in front of you. You know what I mean?
Go take this food back if you want me to.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You already pre-tipped too. I got you. You know, don't worry about it. So, yeah, that's what I cater towards the men when it comes to, like, he said he lost his sobriety and masculinity and all of that stuff. Like, you gotta, bro. That's why I keep on, like, telling you that, like, a strong man is one who's in control of his emotions. Like, that's something that you're gonna go through, but, like, to say that you like it crushed, like, it can crush you. Like, a divorce, a separation can crush you, especially, like, I don't know nobody who goes into it like, yeah, I mean, eventually we probably don't fall. We gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for most guys, if you put a ring on it, you thinking forever. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand it breaking you, but don't just sit there. Don't just stay there. I would love to talk to that guy. Is it financially smart? Yes. I would say yes. And I know this might throw us in a loop or shift the conversation, but most guys put their women in a box. Have my child, you know what I'm saying, raise my kid, stay at home, you know, cook, clean, raise the kid.
I mean, go ahead.
Most guys put their women in the box, bro. And you know what I'm saying, you don't realize this a whole person who has so much more attributes than just those three things. Like, and those three things we can do as well. So don't put your woman in a box, bro. Like, y'all could be building an empire, or she could support you or help you start something that's way more financially profitable, and, like, so much, like, she could be your customer service. Most guys don't like talking. She can be your customer service department. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much more that you can do as a union, as unity, as a team, than you just trying to do things by yourself, man. So I do think it is financially. It's a big move. You know what I mean? It's a big move done correctly.
Who up next? What you got?
I'll go. I got a lot of thoughts about this. Y'all bear with me as I try to put them all on the camera. One, I disagree with Trey that most men put their woman in the box. I know men and women do that to the opposite sex, but I'm not gonna say most men. I think if a man is getting married, he's not putting his woman in a box. Especially in the economy now, we're not marrying and saying, "Oh, you can be a stay-at-home wife." That shit dead almost. Like, we won't survive like that. Um, unless you're making buku money, if that's the case. I,
Yeah, but the thing is, most guys go in with that mentality. That mentality usually adjusts after they've gotten to the experience that I can currently speak on. But usually they go in like, I'm gonna do it all. You sit back. You know what I mean?
well, yeah. I think we spoke on it last podcast. We all want to be able to be that guy that can do it all, but it's not the reality right now for everybody.
Hmm.
With, like I said, given the economy. I do think I am a huge proponent of multiple incomes being better than one. Let me get that on. Huge proponent of that. Huge proponent. 'Cause y'all know I'm about $1. But I think regardless of how you feel about someone, regardless, I know we said we don't want to go into, we scared to talk about prenup because we don't want to go in the mindset of like, oh, it could end. But that's a reality, bro. It's
Hmm.
and people change, people grow out of
Yeah,
relationships.
they
It's a
do.
huge reality. I think prenup. I think every man should consider having a woman sign a prenup,
Prenuptial
and
agreements. Yeah,
it don't have to be this. This is my thinking. It doesn't have to be. Oh, she ain't getting shit. If I got all this, and she ain't getting shit, she can go on somewhere.
right.
I don't know. I don't like the government involvement in
I
marriages,
don't either. I
and
do
that,
not.
like Paul said, I wish there
Mhm.
was a way you could be recognized by the government and have your own contract terms, like an NBA contract, performance
I think it
incentives.
is. I think it is. But I don't
Hold that
want to
thought. Hold that
spread
thought.
misinformation.
Hold
But
that.
I think it is though. I spoke to a brother. He said it's a way that you can do it without the government being involved, but they recognize y'all as a married couple. But
Put me in contact with that brother.
I didn't do the research and everything on it. But I'm gonna
Hey,
try to get back to you on
get
that.
his number and send him my contact information. I
We
need.
know him already.
Okay, okay.
We know
Hmm.
him already. I'll tell you later.
Oh, I think I know who you talk about then.
Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah, but I think the prenup doesn't have to be she not getting anything. I think you should have like a business contract. Right? I know you're marrying out of love and all this, but I think you should have a business contract. Like, hey, let's have this conversation. If this doesn't work out, what is life going to be like? We got kids. I don't want them to uh, fall victim to our lack of whatever. So how would this work
Hmm.
out? How would this look if it doesn't work out? I feel like people should have those conversations before they get married. And if you can't have those
Absolutely.
tough conversations, then you probably shouldn't get married because
Right. Yeah,
that's a huge
absolutely.
reality. But yeah, I'm a huge proponent of multiple incomes. I think yeah, pick the right one, but like I said, just have the paperwork right. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, oh, is she gonna turn on me? Like if the paperwork right, that's one less thing you
You
have
don't
to
gotta
stress.
worry about it. Yep.
Yeah, and it might actually help you. It might actually help you grow together in a relationship. If y'all got all the foundations set, it might help
Hmm.
you. All you got to do is look forward because everything else, all the bullshit that could possibly happen is behind you early.
Yep.
So that's my. I got more, but yeah, definitely let me know that information, Paul.
Is it financially?
Yo, what's up, FMF Mob? What's good, yo? Hey, I want to thank y'all for all the subscribers that we got. We clicked over 100 subscribers, but we looking, man, we need more support. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Make sure you like the videos and keep showing that support. Y'all take care.
Smart for men to get married? G, your emphasis.
Um, my honest answer, even though I'm an advocate for families, I think is the number one thing that you should do to create a better community. But I think now in 2023, I don't think it's smart financially, just on the premises that they haven't, and it's an incentive for them not to change it, which is the marriage laws. These
Hmm.
marriage laws were around 60, probably about 60, 70 years ago, where back then that we were able to feed our family. I mean, we probably could still do it now, but that's a whole nother subject. But going back
Yeah.
into that space where it was almost when we were not in the working field, and so men were working. So if they did leave, I can completely understand because she wasn't even doing anything that she would just take care of the kids. She hadn't have him. She could just kick her out, don't have anything in there. So there was an incentive to you need to go give her. You need to give her something. You need to give her child support. You need to give her half. You need to be able to have somewhere to live. And I understand that completely because we were living in a different time. Now that women are more in the workforce, I think they had not changed it yet, and it's made into an incentive for women, I think, to be able to divorce with these no fault divorces, where
Mm-hmm.
even if they don't like you on a Sunday, they can just divorce you and throw away a whole
You
life.
know, it's a
And they know in
Sunday.
the end that they can just take
Maybe,
everything and there's nothing
maybe,
that you can do about it.
maybe.
Whether you were faithful, whether you cheated, where you did anything, there is a thing called no fault divorce. So just she can just pick up if she feel like and just take everything you like and just take anything. So when it comes to the weather, we come in a way where they are manipulative women,
Mm-hmm.
where if you don't do me right, then I'm just gonna leave you and I'll take everything. So you have a lot of unhappy men in households where they're just stuck and they're staying there for the kids as well because if they leave, they have to remember that there is always that quote that it's cheaper to keep her. So I think that we are handcuffed, and I don't think it's financially smart, but there's risk in everything, like with any business. I mean, you want to do the business because you want to see the fruits of it. You want to have a family, you want to have a kid, you want to create a community. So yes, it is financially. I think it's financially stupid. It is if you put it on a piece of paper. If you see that it's over 50% you're gonna get divorced, and you see that it's only over 75% that she's the one that's filing for divorce. If you see that with any other contract, whether if you step outside, 56% a bowling ball might hit you in the head, you wouldn't go outside. If you would say it's 75% that his plane would crash, you would not get in that plane. But for some reason, we do it as marriage because we see the benefits of it. Any other contract we would say no to, but this one we choose to say we do because it's the advantages are so great that sometimes it's going to outweigh the disadvantages. So I think that we should be able to change these laws, but I don't think it's going to happen because with child support and alimony, the government will always get their piece of check, and then the
Mm-hmm.
woman will get the check. So it's never going to go away unless the women want to change that, but it's not going to happen. So we might as well bite the bullet, like you said, maybe get a prenup, even though they may not work because we've seen celebrities right now, they are going crazy with these divorces. You even
Mm-hmm.
see my boy, what's his name? Old white guy. Yeah, there's a lot of old white guys, but he's a celebrity. And
Let's get
he
divorced.
even though his wife is a famous actor too, they both are millionaires. For some reason, he has to pay her $200,000 a month, even
And
though she's
spousal
already a
support.
millionaire. So does that click with you to see that why does he still got to pay even though she still makes money? So obviously, it's not. It goes down to where women are still working, so it takes away that the women are always staying at home all the time. She's still working. He's still working. Why does he have to pay so much, but she doesn't have to pay anything to him, even though they're making around the same amount of money? That shows that there's always a game in this. So I mean, we're not. I don't think they're gonna change it because it's too much incentive for the government. So all in all, I want to end it with it is financially stupid, but the benefits might outweigh it. So I say rather get a prenup or maybe just get married under the law how it's supposed to be, and the government is not in it because I don't see they all everybody love God when them at the ceremony, but for some reason the divorce court God and love is out the window. So I say get rid of the paper and just do it under God because He's the only one that put marriage here in the first place.
I
Hey,
agree.
go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
I agree, and I definitely felt like that for a while. That is one of the reasons why I hesitated on putting the ring on it. It did take me quite a. I've always been faithful. I never cheated on my woman. I love, like, we've always been communicative. We've always been able to build and all of that stuff. But it was like that title. You need that title, and I was like avoiding it for just a little bit because I'm like I'm already doing what I see is supposed to be, like I'm already acting out marriage to you. I'm already that type of committed. Like, what is the title going to change? But it does change some things, and it is more of a connection with God. You do become a union, and the floodgates open when y'all become that union. The floodgates open for the blessings to flow in. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you, but when you say that, I think it's wonderful, and you're right. I believe when marriage comes, it is floodgates, and God always blesses you more with it. 100% agree with that. But do you honestly think because God didn't make the laws of the government, I don't think that specific one that shows that your marriage is a paper. Do you think that it would have been a difference if you would have had the marriage and just did the same way the ceremony and the pastor did everything and christened y'all man and wife and everything, but didn't sign that paper? Do you think that God would recognize y'all marriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So,
That's been one of the main things that was holding me back. It's like I don't understand the government's involvement in it.
It's money.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, it's
It's
money.
money.
It's money.
Anytime the government gets involved in something,
It's
they
money.
trying to see how they can profit off of it.
mhm.
Simple. You know what I'm saying? All of the things that they're changing, the laws that they're changing, they in the same state that they changed the law to how old you could be to start working. They also changed the fact that they're not teaching slavery anymore. They took that out of their curriculum. So history gonna repeat real soon because you're gonna have a generation of kids who don't even know about slavery. Yes, slavery was bad. I don't want to keep on being reminded of it, but at the same time, don't disacknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then it's
Exactly.
like, nah, and now 9 years old, you in the factory, and it was one 15-year-old. It was a Hispanic kid, but it's a 15-year-old who already got caught up in a meat grinder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
stuff can happen. You know what I mean? And this is within like weeks of this legislation. You know what I mean? So anytime the government gets involved, understand that they're looking like, how can we profit? You know what I mean? How
I
can
don't
we
know.
do it?
I don't know why they're trying to profit because they just proved to us that they don't know how to manage money. They
They
continue to
don't.
put us in debt.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
That's why they got into it. They need more money.
They
They need
started in
more
the
money.
hole. They started in the hole. They started
Yeah,
in the hole.
they need more money. I want to say this to my fellas out there too. With the marriage thing, man, because I gotta look out for y'all for real, for real.
Yeah.
Give it to them.
If you do see your relationship is making a turn
Go ahead
and
and get
you look
prepared.
like you about to head to divorce, shout out
You're
to this
first.
football. Shout out to this football. I say for soccer, but football
Yeah.
overseas.
Shine. Get your shine on.
Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, hey, I got the lavender one. It helped me sleep good. Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. Y'all better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene.
Yeah.
Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt. So I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look, you gotta shine on, everybody.
Shine.
This is, and look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to.
That's another thing. I don't know why we call our football. It don't make no sense. I just thought about that. But
Yeah.
anyway, shout out to this soccer player
Stealing.
overseas. Yeah, exactly. But what he did was his wife took him to court for a divorce. What he did was he seen things were starting to get rocky. He put all his assets in his mom's name, so she couldn't get to none of it.
Got everything.
She didn't really hardly get nothing. So
That's
it's
crazy.
Hey, that's a
ways is if you and that's why sometimes we got to understand the system and what's working for us and what's working against us. With him, I did look.
Put it in the
You got to
chat.
understand the system. You know what I'm saying, and you got to figure out how can you make the system work for you if it is making a turn for the worse, because you can't make somebody stay with you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to just hold your life up as well either. So, that's another option. Just throwing it out there. Even for my ladies that got a bunch of assets and stuff like that, man. If a lady got a bunch of assets and you think the dude gonna take you for everything, yo, mom, let's get some documents signed up because it's not looking good right now. And he saved himself millions of dollars, man. And the ex-wife couldn't really get nothing from it.
Another thing I wanted to bring up. There's so many different ways we can go, but I'm trying to stick to the finances, so I'm not trying to go off on a tangent other ways because there's some Trey said I wanted to respond to, but that's another subject for another day. What I learned from listening to divorce lawyers is that when you go to court, right, and the judge is trying to make a decision on who gets the kids or how the assets are split up, they look, if you don't got a prenup, you probably you getting half, and I think it depends on who's the breadwinner, as far as who pays who. But as far as like when it comes to kids and whatnot, they look at what kind of trends have you created? What are the trends in your relationship? Like, say you do choose to let your wife, if you let your wife stay at home, she can have and probably more, But what they'll look at is like, okay, who is putting the kids to bed, who is taking them to daycare, regardless if she's making money or not. If that's the woman, it's like, all right, the woman take the kids, so she go get custody, and you gotta support her for, doing the job of taking care of the kids. So you just gotta be careful about what kind of trend you create in your relationship, in your marriage, because that's what the judge is gonna look at. That's all I wanted to add.
Because with some situations, man, if it really do get messy, sometimes they interview the kid. Absolutely. And ask the kid and talk to the kid sometimes too, man. So that's why, like we talked about before, man, being a present father could be very important for you in the long run as well too, and not just just providing monetarily. If that was to ever happen down the road.
If the judge talked to me and Trey as a kid, we snitching on that. Like,
fuck that nigga, you know what I mean? Take him down.
Yeah, I ain't seen that nigga.
Hey, this shit, yo. Hey, give me all the money.
Yeah. She gonna spend some on me.
Yeah, mama can buy me some Jordans. Shit, mama can buy me some Jordans.
That's funny.
Oh man, but yo, man, we've been kind of going on this topic for a little second, man. I think we reached a good stopping point, man. Final words on financially, is marriage worth it for men? What's y'all final thoughts?
It is. After having this conversation, I think it is. Like I said, 2 incomes are better than one. That's no debating. But my 2 cents on it, everybody should just sign a prenup. Just because, from a man, you have your woman sign a prenup, and it's not if it's love, she'll understand. Like I wanted to go on a tangent about what Trey said about, hey, I'm already doing these husbandly duties. Like, what is that ring go change?
Right.
I'm like, is that from love? What is that? So
right. So
but that's a topic for another day. But that's all I wanted to say.
About you, G?
Yeah, financially it's not smart. I can't say it's not smart. I don't think even a financial expert would say if you put it on paper and take away all the feelings and take away that stuff, obviously it's not. I mean, it's plain to see, but it's what you want in life and what risks you willing to take. I mean, as a man, you built for stress and you built for risk. So, I mean, if you can risk 4 years for a degree, you can risk all the crazy stuff, driving, all the crazy stuff that you do in life. I think you can risk trying to build a family. So I think my way of doing it is I believe in God. So God know I'm married. I don't need the government to be in my my affairs or my one-on-one with the lady that I choose. So, and that's a test. I think that's a big test for a lot of dudes. If you with a woman, and let's say if you even do a test to say, yeah, I want to be married, but I'm not signing no paper, but we want to go change your last name. We're going to still get married in church and do all that stuff, have our families, but I'm not signing that paper, but I still want to be with you. See what she say after it, because there's really no big difference. The only difference is if you sign the paper, then you're going to take all my stuff. So why you want to sign? That's the only reason why you want to sign it. So it all depends. I mean, but you can't go on the legal stuff. I mean, there is some. We didn't touch on it, but there is some legal stuff, some tax breaks you get and stuff like that when you get married. There are some benefits to it, but I don't know if I'm going to live my life off of chasing money, so you can go off that way. You know, maybe God will provide everything for you instead of having that incentive that the government says when you sign that paper. So I mean that's my way of saying it. No, it's not beneficial, but what you gonna do? I'm believing and I don't trust prenups, man. I just don't. I don't trust prenups because the prenups still go with the government too. All you said me. There's ways to throw out prenups. She can say that it was signed under duress. She was sad when she signed it. Man, it can get thrown out because times were different from there. Man, lawyers are wonderful, man. Lawyers are there to do what they got to do. They always can find loopholes when they want to get that check and government want to get that money. I mean, there's always ways. So I say just don't do it at all and just do it up under the law like how they used to do it back in the day. Wasn't it, I know we ain't got the statistics, but how long y'all think, if y'all put a guest on it, how long y'all think it's been since they put that law in that you have to have a marriage license to be married? How long you think it's been around? We don't know the numbers, but what y'all guess?
Maybe after like women's suffrage and all that, like
the 40s, 50s, 60s.
Marriage, you talking about marriage laws or like the divorce stuff?
Marriage license periods, like marriage license. Like I don't know if marriage around, but like the license when the government.
1800s, probably like the late 1800s.
You think the government got in that early?
Oh, yeah.
I think so. As far as being recognized,
like with the certificate.
Yeah,
and all that
I'll probably say because you could go back and do research on and pull up old marriage licenses and stuff like that. So I would think like 1800s when they started.
I'm not denying. Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm not denying. I don't even know. I don't know the date.
I just Googled it. It said it was introduced in the 14th century. So,
God damn.
Yeah.
No, not marriage. I'm talking about like how
it is marriage license.
Like marriage license.
14th century. So 1600.
That's crazy.
Not a 15.
You think the laws won't as like how they were now though?
Yeah, they just probably kept it. They just probably kept record of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Taxes and all that stuff involved.
Like I'm in agreement with y'all. This new age shit. All of this is scams. All of this. I like lawyers when they're on your side, but I don't trust lawyers. They're able to finesse. You know what I'm saying? They're able to finesse, man. That's all it is. It's finessing and wordplay.
They all in cahoots with each other.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there's no love for men in divorce court. I don't think there's no love for us in there.
You know what I mean?
It depends, man. It depends. I remember Mary J. She's paying spousal support he got crazy love in the divorce court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was happy. We got one win. We got one. We got one to 600 billion.
I think you gotta be kind of like a bummy dude. That's the only word I can think of. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be like a couch. What you call him? G? A couch warrior?
Yeah, couch warrior.
Yeah, you gotta be a married couch warrior to probably.
But for every,
you know what I'm saying?
For every time that happened, for every time for that one to happen to Mary, how many times has it happened to the women? I mean,
no. It's definitely it's skewed to the men's side. But
remember the guy in Texas that you said? He said that he's now claims himself as a woman, so he didn't get the same trip.
That was smart.
People guys finding the loopholes now, yo.
Your Honor, I identify as a woman. I identify as a woman, Your Honor.
It was dressed mad regular too. Yeah, just dressing like just mad regular.
But the thing is, the judge can't say nothing because he'll be hate speech, right? If he says anything,
right?
He'll be like, I guess he's a woman. I guess he's a woman. You got to give him half. I'm like, all right. Next week, I'll do the same thing. Then next week, you'll see me with a whole girlfriend. I thought you.
I'm a girl, but I'm gay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I met the one. She changed my life around.
Yeah, she changed my life. I mean, hey, you never know. I switch back. You know,
I
got the right to switch back if I want to.
Yes, you do. All right, you do.
Yeah.
This
Can't
is
get
My
away
stomach
from the
hurt.
box.
My stomach hurt. Yo, chill.
Yeah, you can't infringe on my rights. I got the right to do what I want to
whatever I want to do, and
do.
you can't do nothing. I call it hate speech if you don't let me. It's hate speech.
Yeah. Hey, Trey, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up your point. What you got to say, man?
I do think it is a financial play, and this is why I stress can't have community without communication. Me and my woman did communicate prior to us actually solidifying anything and arranged specific things or ways of what we're going to do. Uh, not to put too much of our personal out there, but we agreed that anything that we build together, if something were to happen, then those would be what we would be separating on, splitting down the middle. But everything that we came to the table with prior to is our own stuff, man.
So you saying like, say, all right, you're married, and say you working on always improving the mind by yourself, but if that comes profitable, that's part of her too.
If we worked on it together, understand that she's shadow work. She's in the background. So, like, if she contributed, yeah, she can get part of something.
Okay. I was honestly asking. I won't,
Yeah, I'm trying to start shit. It's cool.
Yeah.